you box good, you can do this, you got this over him, you're gonna have to tighten up this, you're gonna have to do this. You know, it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass, you'll do this to him. It's never like
yes
that.
man type stuff.
When he has, with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for a long time.
Terence Crawford shared details about his first conversation with Floyd Mayweather after starting training for the Canelo fight. He said Mayweather went beyond offering compliments, providing clear and strategic advice. Mayweather acknowledged Crawford's skill, but cautioned him to remain sharp against Canelo's experience. The discussion was serious, respectful, and focused entirely on strategy.
That's a big boy. He's strong. You know, you box good. You can do this. You got this over him. You're gonna have to tighten up this. You're gonna have to do this. You know, it's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass. You'll do this to him. It's never like
yes
that.
man type
You know
stuff.
what I mean? It's like, hey, listen, you know, that's a dangerous fight. You know, but
That's the fight.
if it happened, you know, you can win, but you're gonna have to be on your A game.
Floyd Mayweather recently joined Terence Crawford's training camp and actively took part in sessions to help refine his skills. He appeared genuinely impressed by Crawford's work ethic and technical ability, even calling him the best fighter in the world right now, highlighting his discipline and sharpness. Their training together wasn't just for show, it reflected Mayweather's true belief that Crawford has what it takes to beat someone as dangerous as Canelo Alvarez. The mutual respect between them was clear, and their sessions carried a serious intensity that underscored how committed both are to this fight.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Crawford has long admired Mayweather's approach to boxing, not just his in-ring skills, but also how he managed his career and built his legacy. Over time, that admiration developed into a genuine connection. Crawford has frequently received advice and insights from Mayweather, which he values and puts into practice. Their relationship goes beyond casual mentorship, reflecting a deeper bond rooted in ambition, legacy, and a shared understanding of what it takes to achieve greatness in the sport.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever... Keep it real, boss. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting.
Yeah.
I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah?
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Yeah, like plot. Like,
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
In every recent training clip, Crawford appears fully, locked in and intensely focused. He's treating this matchup with absolute seriousness. His conditioning, technique, and footwork are all being pushed to new heights. Every aspect of his camp is tailored to prepare for the challenge of facing a bigger, stronger opponent. From sparring to drills, his preparation reflects a fighter who understands the stakes. He's fine-tuning every detail to ensure he steps into the ring ready for anything Canelo might throw at him. Mayweather sparked controversy when he brought up Canelo's past issues with performance-enhancing substances. He questioned the media's lack of criticism and suggested that some fighters are treated more leniently than others. The comments drew mixed reactions within the boxing community. Some fans agreed, citing a clear double standard, while others dismissed it as unnecessary drama. Regardless, Floyd's remarks reignited ongoing debates about fairness and accountability in professional boxing.
But what we don't talk about is, Canelo. Steroids. They don't talk about that. So we don't know. We really don't know all the fighters he beat. He could have been not clean in a lot of fights.
Mayweather didn't just praise Crawford. He offered a detailed breakdown of what it takes to defeat someone like Canelo. Drawing from his own experience in the ring with Canelo, he stressed the value of strategy over aggression. He urged Crawford to remain sharp and approach the fight with intelligence and precise timing. Floyd made it clear this won't be an easy challenge, but he believes that if anyone can rise to the occasion, it's Crawford.
Terence Crawford jumping up from 154 to 168 and beating this quote-unquote version of Canelo Alvarez would diminish the accomplishment that Floyd Mayweather accomplished beating his version of Canelo Alvarez. Is it two different versions of Canelo Alvarez? And obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is obviously bigger. When Floyd fought him, it was at 152 catch weight, but it had no rehydration clause. So you might as well just say it was at 154. Now, two things they have in common is that Floyd Mayweather was 36, 37 years of age. Terence Crawford is 37 years of age, going on 38. So he'll be 38 when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Floyd had already had 2 fights at 154. He had the fight with Miguel Cotto, and he had the fight with Oscar De La Hoya.
Rather than shy away from criticism, Crawford confronts it head-on. He understands the doubts surrounding his move up in weight and the challenge of facing someone as physically powerful as Canelo. But he views those concerns as part of the challenge, not something to fear. His confidence isn't rooted in arrogance, but in preparation. He's entering this fight not just to compete, but to prove a point and put all doubts to rest with a dominant performance.
That's a fight because of the challenge. Yeah. I love the challenges, and I love the people that I hear them now. You too little. You know, Canelo gonna break you. He's gonna stop you. You come from 147, that weight too big. This and that. I can hear now, and that just excites me to go in there and just be like, okay, let me prove him wrong once again.
That fight would be gigantic. If Canelo gets through Jamel and then you guys fight, that fight would be gigantic.
And it's crazy because, like, in the past interviews, I was like, man, Canelo too big, man. It's weight classes for a reason. I was like, nah.
David Benavidez has expressed strong support for Crawford's chances, believing many are underestimating what he brings to the table. In Benavidez's view, Crawford's skill set, sharp focus, and mental toughness give him a legitimate shot at pulling off the upset.
The Ring magazine, which is owned by Turkey, reported that Canelo and Crawford have agreed to the September date and that it's essentially on. What is your I know this has been rumored and talked about, but now it seems like a done deal. What's your reaction to this?
It's a good fight. You know, it's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, you know, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
Yeah, I know you said, like, he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh, wow, that high. I thought you were going to say like 25.
Yeah, I mean, no,
just because of the size.
Good. Crawford is good, and
of course.
I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long time. And you know, Crawford he likes to pick up the weight, so I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long time. So you know, Crawford, when he has with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for a long time, you know, you have a puncher's chance.
Shakur Stevenson has also voiced his belief that Crawford is the superior fighter, openly expressing deep respect for his skills. Stevenson dismissed the idea that Crawford is too small for this fight, emphasizing that many underestimate his strength and physical capability. Jeff Mayweather agrees that Crawford is exceptionally talented and considers him the more complete fighter, but he also warns against underestimating Canelo, acknowledging the serious challenge he presents.
Yeah,
what do you
but
say about that?
I think skills pay the bills.
Yeah.
And I feel like, truthfully, he's not as little as people think. Like, people think he's like very small.
He cut weight to get the 147, 154.
Yes,
yeah.
He's not as small as like people think. It's just he look like it.
Yeah.
So like if you see him and
in person,
and he get on a scale or something, you wouldn't believe that's his weight.
I told somebody the other day he might get on the scale weighing like 166, 167 fighting Canelo, and people wouldn't believe how ripped up and cut up he'll still look. He won't look like he's overweight. Terence Crawford. He gonna look like a solid Terence Crawford.
I think he beat Canelo though. I've been saying. I remember when he fought when they fought. Go watch an interview after the fight. I literally said I think Terence Crawford will beat Canelo.
Okay, I wasn't saying
that. Oh, long time ago.
Yeah.
No cap.
I did tell him after the Smith fight. I said, "Man, go get Canelo. You the greatest. Yeah, this era
for sure.
Yeah, it's no question.
No question. Yes.
Actually, back to the you and Terence working together. Because you've shared everything you've learned from him. There was fans doing their homework in the Avanesian fight and in the Spence fight saying, actually, it looks like Terence may have taken a couple things from Shakur as well, not just Shakur taking things from Terence.
No, that's for sure.
Teddy Atlas has made it clear that he believes Crawford is too smart and too skilled for Canelo. According to Atlas, Crawford's ability to adapt during a fight and his knack for reading opponents give him a significant edge.
Come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." You know, but who's he beating? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. Guys are tired of me saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger. I get that too. And if everyone's going to say, well, after Madrimov fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher. You know, a unified champion that he's been. You know, all of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I asked this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, you know, who's going to be able, sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
Ariel Helwani highlighted an interesting point, noting that Canelo's performance has shown signs of decline. He mentioned Canelo's age and the uncertainty surrounding his mobility. In contrast, Crawford appears to be adjusting well to the heavier weight and is growing more comfortable with it.
Crawford, switch hitter. He did all right in his first fight at 54, but now he'll get more comfortable as a bigger guy. You know, he's actually not that small, this, that, and the other. Yesterday on my program, Ade, I spoke to David Benavidez, and I asked him about this fight, and his response surprised me. I want to play this clip for you and get your response to David's answer. Here it is.
It's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for, I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, you know, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
Yeah, I know you said, like, he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I can give him like a 7 out of a 10.
Oh, wow, that high. I thought you were going to say like 25.
I mean, Crawford is good. Crawford is good, and I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long, long time. And you know, Crawford, he likes to pick up the weight, so I'm sure he's been working on the weights for a long, long time. So, you know, Crawford, when he has with a person that has a big IQ like that, if you do enough weights, you know, and you stay working for a long time, you know, you have a puncher's chance.
Okay, so what do you make of that? What do you make of that response? I was a little surprised.
I need to clear up what he meant by 7 out of 10. Does he mean he's giving him a 70% chance to beat Canelo?
Yes.
Is that what it? Wow.
Yes.
I mean, who am I to disagree with Benavidez? Benavidez knows he's boxing, right? I mean, he might have shared the ring with both. I mean, with Terence Crawford. I mean, if anyone was jumping up from 154 pounds to 168, not named Terence Crawford, I'd say this is crazy and they don't have a chance because they're fighting a guy that I still think is very, very good in Canelo. The reason I give Crawford a chance is because A, it's Terence Crawford and he's unbeaten, but B, I think Canelo's slipped just enough for me to think this is a real fight. This isn't Canelo that fought Golovkin second time round. I think that was almost the best Canelo I've ever seen. It isn't that anymore. I've watched his last couple of fights. I've been lucky enough to have been at a few recent fights. The Bivol fight's taken something out of him. He doesn't throw punches and combinations. His feet have slowed just a little bit. And Crawford does throw combinations, and Crawford has really good feet.